Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Monday, March 23, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, Panton slams $1.92 billion budget as out of touch. Lands Minister announces intention to introduce WhatsApp hotline. The Caneros said no. And shooting in Guinea Grass leaves teenager dead while police officer is shot in Belize City. We'll take our first break and return with the news in detail.
Explore the great outdoors with Benny's quality and savings.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now.
and Abet and Brothers Abet, we've always proudly celebrated Women's Month. This year, we celebrate women keeping the balance at home, at work, and in their communities. That's why all March long, all women receive 15% off store-wide, from paints to plumbing and everything in between. Plus, 20 to 65% off lots more deals on sale and clearance. With trusted experience, top quality products, and service that's second to none, we're here to support women every step of the way. Visit or call us today. Happy Women's Month from all of us at Abet and Brothers Abet, doing our part to balance the scales.
Community health workers are an integral member of the public health team and serve as the eyes and ears of and to the community. They must know the families, the children, the infants, the pregnant women, the elderly, the disabled, and those living in conditions of vulnerability and in need of special attention. Their primary role remains that of health educator and health promoter. They remain vital to implementing community-based preventive health strategies focused on maternal, newborn, and child health, while also contributing to the prevention and control of communicable and non-communicable diseases.
Today's forum provides an important space for dialogue, for learning from each other, and for collaboration. I encourage you to engage fully. Share our experiences, your challenges, and your ideas.
I think it's a good initiative that everyone is here to listen to the concerns of each community health workers.
It's not someone is telling them, they're hearing it for themselves.
We work 24/7, so we don't have no day off.
Whenever you are walking on the street, people, they identify you as either they are doctors, they are nurses, and as the person that they trust in the community. I believe it's the first step for better things to come.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people, and what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild. One high bush like jungle. I want to take my lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no worry about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in. I made a teenager. Everybody said it was swamp, it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
This stuff for we, and we proud of this.
Now we're claiming our house on the land.
We have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of the people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
A time to reflect, revive, and renew. Your Belize City Council invites you to an unforgettable free 2-day Holy Week Revival concert. Backed by powerful demand, the return of award-winning songwriter and worship leader, Sinach. Live in concert, bringing healing, hope, and encouragement through worship. Join us Tuesday, March 31st, 2026 and Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at DigiPark on Newtown Barracks. And that's not all. Joining us for the first time is award-winning Christian reggae band Christafari. Also featuring powerful performances from our local gospel ministries and more. Do not miss worship, Centro Visión Misionero, Kings Park Church of the Nazarene Worship Team, live music from Life Church, Heavenlies, Wabagari Dance Group, and Alexander Evans on steel pan. Special thanks to all our partners whose support helps make this revival possible. So, bring your entire family and experience this powerful 2-day Holy Week revival concert in Belize City. Tuesday, March 31st and Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 at DigiPark on Newtown Barracks. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Opposition leader Honorable Tracy Panton delivered her budget reply to kickstart 3 days of budget debate for fiscal year 2026 to 2027. Panton said the Briceño administration's $1.92 billion budget betrays an administration that is out of touch with reality and its people, and which has been impotent in finding innovative solutions.
When we move beyond the rhetoric and look squarely at the realities confronting many Belizean households, a vastly different picture begins to emerge. You see, Madam Speaker, prosperity is measured by the lived experience of our people. It is measured by whether a small business owner can keep their doors open and not be weighed down by the spiraling cost of inputs and crushing taxes and fees imposed on doing business. It is measured by the safety and protection of our citizens in our homes, neighborhoods, and city streets. The reality many of us are facing, Madam Speaker, is unmistakable, palpable. Too many of us are working harder than ever, yet feeling as though we are falling further behind. In a budget the size of $1.92 billion in expenditure, an ambitious one, we search in vain for a comprehensive strategy aimed at reducing cost of living for families, the costs of production for small farmers and local producers. It is as though, Madam Speaker, putting these estimates together, the government was completely out of touch, even aloof to the emerging global economic pressures, and even worse, impotent in finding innovative solutions to the hardships we continue to face. If, I repeat, if prosperity is the objective of this budget, then surely prosperity must be felt where it matters the most, in our pockets.
In outlining changes coming to the Lands Department in his contribution to the 2026 budget debate, Minister of Natural Resources Honorable Cordell Hyde revealed that they intend to introduce a WhatsApp hotline to help address users' concerns. He committed that through the WhatsApp number there will be quick turnaround on land-related queries, which will help to prevent needless travel and save people time.
One ship need a good anchor. We think one piece of land, that one good anchor. And we have been pushing anchors like never before. Over the last 2 years, up to Friday, March 20th, we have issued 19,931 purchase price approvals. That's almost 20,000 purchase prices delivered in just the last 2 years alone. The vast majority for first-time landowners. In the 2025 calendar year alone, over 10,000 titles were delivered. 4,905 land certificates, and 5,353 grant fiats. I always remember the grant fiats, right? Well, because I have signed in a 6th time when I see the files, I hold my head. And in 2025 alone, we surveyed 8,300 lots. And we have another $3 million budgeted in this year to do even more surveys for first-time landowners. We will redesign our website to make it more user-friendly, so the site can explain what it means when it says your application is at inspection or qualification or land accounts maintenance. We will establish a dedicated WhatsApp hotline for citizens to post their land issues or large complaints or report land disputes. People are tired of waiting and having to go from office to office and from district to district without quick enough results. You shouldn't have to come all the way from PG to Belmopan to tell us that you have a land dispute and you need help, man. Only to be told go to Belize City, but that we can't do anything about that. Once you post your issue on that WhatsApp hotline, we will review very quickly and let you know if you have to come to Belmopan, or you can just go to your district land office, or whether we can solve this problem for you virtually. I cannot see everybody who wants to see me. I wish I could, because I love seeing people. And truth is, everybody doesn't need to see me. But that doesn't mean we can't solve everybody's issue or help everybody who needs our help. Everybody for win. That's our mantra.
A majority of members attending the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association's special general meeting on Sunday in San Roman, Corozal, voted to reject pressure to drop a lawsuit for an estimated $11 million in fair trade premiums and potential interest against BSI and Tate and Lyle. On the table was $1.15 billion Belize dollars in mitigation assistance from the government. However, had the members voted to accept the proposed settlement, they would forgo the premiums earned in the last 4 crops. The BSCFA's attorney in the fair trade lawsuit presented on the settlement agreement and its implications for the association. Pedro Kawich, a member of the San Narciso branch, urged cane farmers to reject the government's offer and continue with the lawsuit.
The government isn't giving us any real help, gentlemen. That little bit of money they're offering is nothing, and I'm not going to trample on my dignity for that. I won't do it. I won't. No, gentlemen. So let's think. Let's think. We deserve it. And as the attorney says, we have a strong case to fight. So, gentlemen, let's stand firm. Let's not sell our dignity. Let's not sell it, gentlemen.
No vendamos nuestra dignidad. No lo vendamos, señores.
Unusually, rather than request a vote by show of hands, the chairman of the Committee of Management requested that those who wish to continue with the lawsuit move to the right. For a moment, the cane farmers pushed back but eventually moved over. An estimated 75% of those in attendance rejected the settlement. A 19-year-old construction worker, Noe Batun, was fatally injured following a shooting incident in a bar in Guinea Grass, Orange Walk on Sunday before midnight. According to police, Batun had gotten into an altercation with another man inside the bar, after which the man was escorted out. However, the man returned shortly after and fired shots inside the bar, injuring Batun. He was rushed to the Northern Regional Hospital for treatment and then transferred to the KHMH, but succumbed to his injuries while receiving treatment. ASP Stacy Smith said that police have detained one individual and are seeking another.
What we have been able to gather so far is that Batun was involved in an altercation at a bar in that village, and the male person who is a suspect in this incident was escorted from that property. It is reported and alleged that that male person returned in the company of another, and he is alleged to have fired a shot into the bar, which resulted in the injury of Batun and his eventual demise.
After the break, CCJ grants hearing for 2 of 3 of Jeremy Enriquez's appeal applications. Stay with us.
El rotavirus es una de las principales causas de diarrea acuosa severa y vómitos en niños. Puede causar deshidratación severa y hospitalizaciones. La buena noticia es que la vacuna contra el rotavirus ya está disponible. Se administra por gotas orales a los 2, 4 y 6 meses de edad. Protege tu bebé. Visite hoy su centro de salud más cercano.
Running a business in Belize and getting an international order? Shipping your products abroad is simple with the Belize Postal Service. To quickly confirm the order, you can fill out your customs declaration right from the comfort of your home. To access the declaration form online, please visit the following websites. Simply enter your item in the CDS web kiosk to instantly see the landed cost, duties, taxes, and fees. Postage rates can be checked on your rate sheets. Share the landed cost with your customer and finalize the sale in minutes. Once the sale is confirmed, the system generates your declaration identification number, your key to a smooth and fast drop-off. And if you don't have internet access, you can always visit any of our post offices for assistance. Bring your unsealed package and declaration ID to any Belize Postal Service location. Our clerks will verify your items, seal your package, and prepare your declaration, quick and simple. It's fast, simple, reliable. The Belize Postal Service, connecting your business to the world.
Kite flying is fun, but it can also be dangerous. Fly kites safely by following these tips. Never use wire, metallic thread, or wire-reinforced strings. You could be electrocuted. Remember, even a safely built kite can cause a power outage if it gets caught in a power line. Always use paper, plastic, or wood to build kites. Never fly kites near power lines, in the path of traffic, aircrafts, or near highways. Always fly kites with a responsible adult in open areas, in dry weather, and with clear visibility. Never attempt to remove your kite from a power line. Always call BEL at 0800-235-2273 if your kite gets caught in a power line. Belize Electricity Limited. We care about your safety.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
Sir, your item is ready for viewing.
Is that all?
This is everything.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que le va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿eh?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
Our Belize City is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical infrastructure that improves access and quality of life. At the same time, the city continues to expand. Developments such as the Holy Emmanuel area, also known as Gungulung, reflect increased demand for land and housing as Belize City expands in a more sustainable and resilient way. These planned developments support safer communities and long-term sustainability, contributing to rising property values across the city. Under the Town's Property Evaluation Act, property values are required to be reviewed every 5 years. The last valuation adjustment was done in 2013. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a payment of $500. Under the new assessment, the property value has appreciated by 40%, making the property now worth $35,000. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 2% of $35,000, which works out to $700. For an occupied property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 10% rate, which works out to $2,500. Under the new assessment, the property's value has appreciated by 18%, making the property now worth $29,500. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 10% of $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. Property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those who believe their valuation does not fairly reflect their property have the right to engage the Belize City Valuation Appeals Board. Your Belize City Council remains committed to openness, accountability, and ensuring that growth is managed fairly for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
The Caribbean Court of Justice CCJ today ruled on redistricting applicant Jeremy Enriquez's urgent applications for appeal of decisions by the Belize Court of Appeal, granting hearing for 2 of the 3. All are part of a long-running legal challenge against the electoral system in Belize and are tied to a pending redistricting which Enriquez was trying to get the court to enforce prior to the 2025 general elections. The first application sought to overturn a Belize Court of Appeal ruling that had previously blocked Enriquez's challenge. The Court of Appeal said his challenge didn't count because he submitted his appeal papers too early. Specifically, he filed them before the High Court order had been perfected. The CCJ granted a hearing for this appeal request. The second application was brought by Anand Ramlogan, the Trinidadian senior counsel representing Enriquez. It specifically challenged a wasted cost order that had been imposed on him personally by High Court Justice Tawanda Honduras. The Court of Appeal also dismissed that appeal. They ruled that because the case was specifically about legal costs, the appellant needed to get the court's permission before they could even file it. The CCJ today granted a hearing for this appeal request. The final request, which the CCJ rejected, was an attempt by Enriquez to have a specific judge, Justice Tawanda Honduras, removed from the case. Enriquez alleged that Justice Honduras made biased remarks during a private conversation that was inadvertently recorded via a Zoom teleconference session. By dismissing the request, the High Court ruled that there wasn't a strong enough reason to overturn the original decision to keep that judge on the panel. The CCJ agreed. A shooting incident on Sunday afternoon in St. Martin de Porres area of Lake Independence, Belize City, left 2 men injured, including a police constable. The officer has been identified as 42-year-old Leroy Kerr. Construction worker Shadrick Galvez was also injured in the incident.
Police are investigating a shooting incident which resulted in the injury of 42-year-old Leroy Kerr, a Belize police constable, and Shadrick Galvez, a construction worker, both of the Belize district. The investigation commenced on Sunday, 22nd March, at approximately 2:25 p.m. when officers on patrol in the vicinity of Raleigh Street, St. Martin's de Porres area were alerted to the sounds of shots being fired. Investigators were advised that 2 male persons were transported to the Carl Hushner Memorial Hospital, having been injured in the shooting incident. What we have learned so far in the course of this ongoing investigation is that those 2 individuals, as well as another person, were working on a house on Raleigh Street when they came under fire.
And 2 Belmopan teens are dead following a road traffic accident on the George Price Highway in Cotton Tree, Cayo. They have been identified as 17-year-old Axel Cho and 15-year-old Jonathan Milian. The incident occurred on Saturday evening around 5 near the mall gas station when the teens who were traveling on a motorcycle turned onto the highway and collided with an oncoming truck. Both young men died at the scene. ASP Stacy Smith said that the driver of the truck has been served with a notice of intended prosecution. She also revealed that the teens did not possess a driver's license.
It is reported and alleged that Cho made his way onto the highway in the vicinity of mile 43 on the George Price Highway, and that is when a collision occurred between that motorcycle and a truck, a tandem truck, that was traveling to Belmopan. It is alleged that the driver sought to avoid the collision. However, the tail end of the Bowser that was affixed to the tandem truck made contact with the motorcycle, causing the eventual demise of both individuals. A notice of intended prosecution has been served on the driver of the truck, and samples have been extracted from him as a part of the ongoing investigation.
Were any of the teenagers under the influence of alcohol?
That information is not known. A toxicology report will provide further clarity in relation to that question.
Does police know who owned the motorcycle?
That has not been established. That is being sought because, as you would know, neither of those individuals were the owner of a driver's license. So certainly an offense, if it is that somebody knowingly and willfully gave this motorcycle to these individuals, has been committed. So the identity of the owner of that motorcycle is being sought as a part of the investigation.
Will the owner face charges as well?
As I stated, if there is information to suggest that he knowingly gave this motorcycle to these individuals who are not holders of valid driver's license given their age, charges may follow.
After the break, DOE investigates sailboat grounding at the reef down south. Stay tuned.
Rotavirus is a leading cause of severe watery diarrhea and vomiting in young children. It can lead to dangerous dehydration and hospital visits. The good news? The rotavirus vaccine is now available countrywide. It is given in drops at 2, 4, and 6 months of age. Protect your child. Visit your nearest health clinic today.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
For any project, big or small, Best Screws provide strength, efficiency, durability, and affordability. Get the screws specifically designed for your next project. Get Best Screw, the power to build, the strength to last. Available at Denny's. Quality and savings.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
Workers are an integral member of the public health team and serve as the eyes and ears of and to the community. They must know the families, the children, the infants, the pregnant women, the elderly, the disabled, and those living in conditions of vulnerability and in need of special attention. Their primary role remains that of health educator and health promoter. They remain vital to implementing community-based preventive health strategies focused on maternal, newborn, and child health, while also contributing to the prevention and control of communicable and non-communicable diseases.
Today's forum provides an important space for dialogue, for learning from each other, and for collaboration. I encourage you to engage fully. Share your experiences, your challenges, and your ideas.
I think it's a good initiative that everyone is here to listen to the concerns of each community health workers.
It's not someone is telling them, they're hearing it for themselves.
We work 24/7, so we don't have no day off.
Whenever you're walking on the street, people, they identify you as either they're doctors, they're nurses, and as the person that they trust in the community. I believe it's the first step for better things to come.
In his budget debate contribution today, Minister of Education affirmed that Belize's education system and its outcomes have to be intertwined with the country's national development and economic priorities. He detailed how the projects have been expanded.
We have unprecedented enrollment, for example, at the preschool level, right? Critically important. Yeah, big deal, because everybody knows that when you get the foundation, right, those early formative years of your life, if you get that preschool education, it helps you every other step of the education system. We've also seen unprecedented enrollment at the tertiary level. We want to make sure that our people understand that, listen, nowadays, the high school education is not enough. It's not enough. The associate's degree is good, but even that, we need to go beyond. The Education Upliftment Project will expand to 27 secondary schools. 27. Remember I told you we started with a little under 1,000 students. Now we will have 14,000 students in this Education Upliftment Project. That represents an increase of over 1,000%. Every single student in this country attending a government secondary school is going to school free of cost under this government. Every single student, 100%. No letter for nobody. Just show up. It's a comprehensive package. I said to the parents, I say this all the time to them when I visit the schools, I don't want to hear no excuse from you why your child is not in high school. No excuses. You have no excuse. Where they pay the tuition, We give you your uniform. We give you your tennis if you need tennis and shoes. We give you that. If your child, you don't have the money to feed your child, when they go to school, they get a healthy meal at school. Our total investment in the National Healthy Start Feeding Program will be around $10 million. $10 million, again, a reflection of our government's commitment to healthy, well-nourished students.
The Department of the Environment is investigating the grounding of a sailboat last week on the reef in the south. Toledo's Will Mejia reported that the Belize territorial volunteers observed the grounded sailboat on Wednesday and criticized the fact that it's been on the reef for an extended time. He stated that, quote, every wave brings more damage to the reef once the vessel is still lodged there. Today, the chief environmental officer told Creme News XTV that due to the weather that came with the cold front, it was more difficult for them to dislodge the vessel. He said their team returned on Sunday when the weather held up. Mai said once they are able to remove the sailboat, they will then conduct their damage assessment. The vessel was captained by a male who was accompanied by a female. They were detained by the Coast Guard until authorities complete their assessment. And the police have formally arrested and charged a San Pedro fisherman, 22-year-old Shelby Jonathan Hernandez, in connection with Thursday night's triple murder in the Mosquito Coast area of Ambergris Key. Hernandez was charged with 3 counts of murder in relation to the fatal shooting of 29-year-old Karim Nazim Espat, 35-year-old Oscar Modesto Mas, and 21-year-old Yerlin Marisol Bueso Alvarez. All 3 victims were socializing at the residence of Mas when an individual entered the home and opened fire at the group. Police believe the incident stemmed from a drug dispute. The family of Hernandez have since said that surveillance camera footage proves that it could not have been him responsible for the crime. However, ASP Stacy Smith told the media today that investigators were not convinced.
Hernandez is known to police, having been recently convicted of being a member of a gang, namely the San Pedro Crips gang. I spoke with the investigator just a while ago because I did see the report that was placed on the media, and in my discussions with the investigator, they said yes, they in fact visited the family pretty shortly after the incident, as soon as that information came known to them, in the interest of conducting a thorough investigation. The video footage was extracted, however, it was not able to conclusively support their version of events, and based on the investigation and the evidence gathered so far, that is what led police to the charges that have been proffered.
And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeats can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.